Department of Computer Applications from Manipal Institute of Technology, Manipal University. He has got 12 years of teaching experience and to be interested with 9 years of research experience. His areas of interest in teaching are image processing, artificial intelligence and soft computing techniques, data mining and warehousing, computer network, operating system and programming languages. The key areas of research which he is guiding are digital image processing, computer vision as well as bioinformatics. Presently, he is guiding 6 doctoral students and 25 PG students he have already guided. He is a member of Indian Society for Technical Education as well as International Association of Computer Science and Information Technology. To his credit, he has been awarded from the Boston University, USA, fellowship to support financial assistant to present a research paper in the 9th International Conference on Cognitive and Neural Systems held at Boston University during May 18 to 21st in the year 2005. As well as, to his credit, the Infosys Technologies has awarded a financial assistant to present the paper in the same conference. As a researcher, he is involved in the editing, reviewing as well as member in the following journals. He is a reviewer in the International Journal of the International Measurement Confederation, which publishes in the elsewhere. Evaluation expert, national funded projects, US Department of Agriculture, National Institute of Food and Agriculture from USA. And also he has headed as a member in the technical program committee for various international as well as the national conferences. To his credit, he has got many national as well as international publications. To highlight, he has published 2 articles, and with respect to the research, he has added 1 research project funded by DSP. I welcome you, sir. On behalf of the college as well as the DNA department, I request Professor Mullikarjun Varesh to welcome the board. I request Professor Harish to take the session.
Thanks for the nice introduction. I congratulate first of all the organizers for having given me an opportunity to share my few thoughts. So I thought, let me speak something about my research area. So before me, there are a few research persons who are already spoken in the similar area. I think there are few topics which might get overlapped. Of course, it's a research, it's open-ended. There are a lot of opportunities there. I try to avoid those overlapping areas and try to project some of the things which we can carry out. Okay, I just started with a message. A Chinese proverb says, "A picture is worth 1,000 words." And it is, for the human beings, it is more true. Because as a human beings, we try to have more of picturization. We have a better perception, in pictures rather looking at, rather watching the textual things. Okay, there is more curiosity if I watch, the video rather looking at the text. That's what the proverb says. As far as the human beings are concerned, it is true. But if you look at the second statement, even a supercomputer would tell, I prefer 1,000 words rather one picture. So it's a very clear distinction. If you look at the statements here, even the supercomputers will really worry to process the image because there is a lot of things which are involved in the image representations. I just take forward this quote. Look at this. Generally, the off portion, what we see on top, this is what the human beings are looking at. Okay, as a human being, I try to represent my own way of looking at the things. But in the rest of the, that's how actually a computer sees. Okay, the computer can able to see only the numbers or the textual things. Okay, that's how the image is being represented. Of course, these characters, these numbers are not the replica of the same. I'm just giving you one snapshot where system can really understand the numbers better compared to the images. Okay, but as a human beings, I'm pretty sure, most of us will have a similar context. Okay, it's for me to difficult for me to understand the image and process the numbers and recognize the image. Okay, if I look at those numbers, I may not able to recollect anything. I cannot able to produce anything out of that. Okay, that's true in case of a human beings, because human beings perception is something different. Even today there is a lot of research which is happening. Okay, still we are unknown to the lot of challenges. Okay, we don't know how human beings perception is working. Okay, so still the research exists even today because the nature is something great. The nature is something different. Even people are trying to understand how the nature works. Okay, that's how the research is alive even today. Even though there are millions of researchers do research across the globe. Okay, they do lot of work on that, but still it lies, still it exists because there is a lot of ambiguity. There is a lot of changing scenarios and every instance of life. Okay, let us see now how best we can move forward. So I thought, perhaps this is for electronics and instrumentation. I thought, let me give you some insight about the image representation so that you'll have a better feel of image processing. Okay, that's how actually I was planned. And perhaps I was talking to Odi and wanted to know what's the deliberations which happens for the rest of the resource persons. He was not aware because no one has sent the slides. Okay, I thought, okay, let me take up some topics and let me figure out what has been. So in that context, actually, I was just formulating certain things. I am pretty sure, there are a lot of overlappings you can find. Okay, still let us see what. Okay, as far as the image is concerned, what we can understand is it is just in the source of information. What we have figured out in the last slide. Okay, we have some source of information through which we are trying to do some inference. We are trying to understand and reciprocate it. Okay, so but usually in terms of computers, if you define the image as in a two-dimensional space, it can be represented by using a coordinate axis and it can be represented with an amplitude of intensity. Okay, so that's how generally it is represented in a computer about the image. Okay, but in case of human beings, it is infinite. Suppose if I look at this, if I look at a snapshot of a particular room, okay, so there is we cannot finitely say how many pixels I need to understand this. As a human being, okay, it's something infinite. Okay, if I capture, if I look at the outside world or if I look at the nature, okay, it might go to an infinite level. I don't know how many pixels as a human being need to understand or represent that. Okay, if I just look at one wave, I think there are a lot of things will come down to my mind and I do decisions based on those perceptions. But that is not possible in case of image processing in a digital computers because we need to make it as a finite level. Okay, so that I can start processing. Okay, looking at the finite value of a pixel. Okay, that's how the digital image we call. Okay, the digital image is a coordinate axis with a certain amplitude. Typically, these amplitude changes depends upon the light reflections which happens. Suppose if I capture a photo from this, hopefully the people who are sitting at the front might look better, okay, compared to the people who are at the back, because it has got a more chance of reflection. It will try to capture in a better way. Okay, that is what we actually call it as an amplitude. Okay, amplitude is typically based on the amount of light it reflects back onto the camera. Right? So this is what we call it as a image pixels, or it is a element, or it can be a pixel also, right? So in it